Welcome to Edurise channel. This is 20 minutes challenge day 13. We are going to have 10 MCQs challenge. I'll be keeping in the comment box for you to verify your learnings. Let's see how much you score in that 10 MCQs. We have started with Cyber Quest Kips Learning Grade 7 CBSE, second chapter, Function Junction in Excel. We have already talked about working with formulas, the contents of a formula. Using a formula, you can enter formula directly in the cell or using this formula bar. Using formula with text. Here we are going to see ampersand symbol where we are going to concatenation of two words, which is called as that is done by using ampersand called as concatenation. Cell range, the cell which is represented by the starting cell address, a colon, and the end address represents the range of the cells that you have selected. And we can use the range of cells in the formula as well. Let's say, for example, if I'm using sum, finding the addition of these numbers, so you will start with equal symbol. Always a formula starts with an equal symbol. Sum is a predefined word that Excel knows that it have to go for adding all the cell that is indicated in the brackets. We call that as arguments. You will see in the next topic. So we have either we can give cell numbers individually if it is randomly arranged, or we can give a range of cells. Here B3 colon B12. That means from cell number this B column 3 row to B column 10 row. So this all cells are being represented with the range here. So that is how range can be used in a formula. We have already seen that in day 11, 12 challenge. Cell references, we have three types. Calling to a cell in a formula can be done either in relative reference, absolute reference, or mixed reference. Relative reference means when you are using a formula in a cell and when you copy paste the same formula in the other cell, the address, the relative address of the cells will automatically change. So it is called relative. So the term relative means with respect to the cells that it is moving, the addresses will change. Whereas in absolute reference, the cell address does not change. And how we are going to do that? Just by adding a dollar symbol in front of the column and in front of the row. Let's say if I have 10% of discount, which is at B13 cell number. So B13 column B will have a dollar symbol, 13 will have a dollar symbol. So this represents an absolute reference. Absolute reference means what? The cell address will not change when you are copying the formula into the other addresses. Whereas relative reference means the cell address will change with respect to or with relative to that particular cell. Mixed reference, we have combination of both absolute and relative. So here you can see mixed reference, which is a combination of B3, which is a relative address, relative reference. $B, $14 is an absolute reference. So combination of these two is referred as mixed reference. Now in this case, what happens? Only D3 will change. D3 will change to D4, D5, D6, D7. B14 will be same. it will be fixed because absolute means fixed. So the cell number B14 will be same in all this irrespective of the cell that you are going to copy. D3 cell number will be as it is. So we have already discussed about this absolute, relative and mixed references in the previous videos. We also have started with the functions. Alright, so here we are going to go with functions from today's class. Let's start the 20 minutes challenge now. Alright, function is a predefined formula. Let's say we already have done some function in the previous videos or in the previous examples. We have talked about finding the sum. So when you write, let's say if I have to find the addition of all these cells, you can see in the formula bar, the formula starts with equal and sum is a function, a predefined function that is used when you want to calculate or make calculations easier. And we have different, let's, yes. So we have different functions that are available. Now, before going to that functions, let's understand how a function is written. So there is rules that is represented here. For example, a function will always start with equal symbol. It will have a function name. You can't give like your own name. You have to use the predefined name itself. Suppose if I have to add all the cells, you cannot use ADD or addition. The predefined name is SUM. So you will be using sum for finding addition. And in the bracket, it always have parentheses, opening and closing bracket, in which you will have arguments. Arguments are nothing but values or cell addresses where you want to calculate or apply the operation or the function on it, right? So that is how a function is being used in an Excel sheet. This is how we are using. So we have simple four rules for you to remember when you are using formula in an Excel. The first thing is it starts with equal symbol. You will always see there will be opening and closing parenthesis, means brackets. You can see here a bracket, opening bracket and a closing bracket. So a function will always have an opening and closing bracket. Third point, always there will be some arguments in those parentheses. We call that brackets as parentheses, and within that parentheses there will be either numbers or there can be cell references, range of cell references. So something should be written so that sum can be done on these things. So these are called as arguments. And the last point, the function names is not case sensitive. As I have said previously, case sensitive in the sense if you are writing any predefined function name like sum in capital letters or in small letters, both are same. So Excel will understand whether you write in capitals or small letters. Sometimes in some programming languages, programming like C, it will be case sensitive. That means if you are writing instead of small letters, if you write capital letters, it will not understand. That means that is not predefined, so it will not take it as the keyword, so that will be there, but in Excel here we it is not case sensitive. Now next thing, we are going to use function dialog box to know how we are going to insert the formula or the function in a cell. So let's go with this, that is at page number 21. Now we are going to see how we are using the formula, how to insert the formula dialog box. Let's say I want to insert some formula here, or let's say I want to calculate the sum again. So I'll delete this again. Now I'll do it again. How will you do? Click on the cell where you want to implement or where you want to insert the formula. Directly you can use this formula bar to write the keyword if you don't know Like if you want to search for some formulas, functions, predefined functions, you have you have to click on this formula tab on the top. As you can see, there will be file, home, insert, draw, page layout, formulas, data, review. Now just click on these formulas. When you click here, you will see there will be many more tools that you can use. Here we are going with the first one, fx. The same thing, fx, you can see on this formula bar as well. Now this is insert function. You can directly click here, or you can click on this as well from the toolbar, so that you can insert the formula, the function into the formula bar. Now if you click here, you will see automatically an equal symbol comes to this formula bar as well as the cell where you want to insert. Next thing, you will see a box, a pop-up box opens where you can search for the function that you want to implement. Let's say you want to go for addition of all the cell values. No, we have predefined function called sum. If I want to find average, here is the average, count, maximum, sign, hyperlink. So all these are different functions which are available. If you don't know about like functions with the names, you can just go with these categories as well. Now we have different categories like financial, data and time, math and technometry, statistical, lookup and reference database, text, logical, information, engineering. So these are all categories given. If not, if you even don't know about that, you can just give a brief description here. What do you want to do? What function, what calculations you want to do? Just give some description here and click OK. It will give you some options for you related to that topic, that description that you gave. Now, according to that, you can just select whichever you want. Now, as I want to go with sum, so whichever function that you want to use, you have to just click on that. And that information you can see here. I mean, if I'm using a sum, equal symbol is already there, inserted. Sum, this function I'll be using, parenthesis there, and there will be some number one, number two that you have to insert. It can be numbers, it can be cell numbers, it can be anything. So what comes next is you have to enter what should be these things. Within the brackets, parentheses, the arguments that you want to give to perform this sum operation will be asked. So first select this sum, click on OK. The next dialog box. Now this is what we are supposed to enter. Now it is asking what should be my number 1, what should be my number 2. You can add any as much of numbers as you want. Now here it is like by default have selected B3 colon B10. That means from this cell till this cell. You can give range of cells also, or you can just give 10 comma 20 comma 30. If you have different numbers, or if you have different cell numbers, you can give A2 cell number, G7, F5, or let's say C2 or C3. Random cell numbers also you can give. So these are different options that you can give. Now if I'm using only number 1, I can give the range of cells that you want from here to here. So it will directly take it by itself. I want to add some from here till here. When I have selected this cell, automatically the cell numbers are selected with the range here. Or if you have individual numbers, you can just give individual. So this is what you can see the result here itself. So it is performing addition with these numbers and the value is stored. Now when you click on this, the value is 66. The addition of all this number is 66. But you want to see the formula, click on the cell and check the formula bar. You will see the formula over here is equal to sum bracket B3 colon B10. So this is how we are going to use insert tab. Insert formula dialog box. Now in that you will be adding different functions now. Now we have, as per the textbook, we have like different functions that we are going to learn through. First is mathematical function. Now we are going to see under mathematical functions what different functions are available in Excel sheet. Now here is a list of 10 mathematical functions that are predefined. These are all function names. Some we already have done. Likewise, product. Product means multiplication. It will take either the range or the values, whatever you want. You can just use it to find the product. Mod, modulus means when you are finding, when you are dividing one number with the other one, if there is any remainder, that remainder is represented by modulus. What does it take? It takes one number and it takes one divisor, that is numerator and denominator value. What does it return? If there is any remainder, that remainder value will be returned over here, like 523 divided by 4. The remainder will be 3, right? 520 is cancelled and 3 will be the remainder. So that you are going to get. Power. Suppose if I have 2 power 3, any number to its exponent. Suppose 10 power 3 is 1000. So that is done by using power. ABS, absolute. Any positive or negative number, it will find its absolute, that is positive number. Even number. When you, if you use this even function in the bracket, if you write any number, it will give you its nearest even number. Suppose 67 is the number you have given, its nearest even number is 68. So it will give you, it will round off to its nearest even number. Likewise, odd number. Odd in the bracket, if you mention any number like 66, its nearest odd number will be given. Round. Round is like rounding off to the nearest digits. Now this will be the number which you want to round off, and comma, you will also be provided with digits. How many digits of round off you want? Let's say I want 2 digits round off for 78.988756242. So this value will be rounded off to the 2-digit decimal points. You want 5 digits, 0 digits, whatever you want, you can do that. Next, LCM. Normally in mathematics, you might have done with LCM and GCDs. You can just use this LCM, the function. Within in the bracket, you can give range of values, or just by commas, you can give different values and it will find the LCM and gives you the result. Like in mathematics, you will be calculating your own. You can just use this formula to do it for you. Similarly, GCD, greatest common divisor, will also be obtained. Just use GCD with this one. So we will just, so if you go on to this Excel sheet, we'll go with one function. You can see, I can click on this FX, or you can just go with formula tab and click on this function key. Let's say I want to find modulus. Modulus means what? Remainder. So when I click on this remainder, you can see equal symbol already is inserted. As soon as you press this insert function, equal symbol will appear. I want to go with modulus. Click on OK. Now it will ask you what is my number. Suppose I want to have 10 divided by 3. I want to find the remainder of this one. Now you can see the answer is represented here only. When you click OK, it will be there in the cell where you want to display. So when you do 10 divided by 3, you will see 3 3 is 9. 1 will be the remainder. So you got this one remainder here. So likewise, you can just click on this, and this is already there on the cell. So select other cell and click on this insert function here or here. So if you click on this mathematical, we were talking about mathematical functions. See, apart from mathematics, it is also giving you trigonometric functions as well. You might have mathematics, okay, in 7th class you don't have, maybe in 8th class you will come across sine, cos, tan, theta, cosec, sec. So all these functions will be there. You can directly use it over here. Mathematical functions like even, odd, GCD, factorial, numbers, these you can do it over here. right? Just click on this, you can find it, the functions. Now, likewise, if I go with the next one, we have text function. Text function means if suppose I have quantity, this is text. Unit price, this is text. Total cost, this is text. Birthday expenses, this is text. All these are all your numbers. When you are doing something on numbers, you will do some calculations. But when you have something text, you will not calculate, but you will go with some operations called as concatenation. I'll talk about this text to join afterwards. We will go for the tabular column. Now you can see these are some functions that you can implement on text like concat. We already have seen ampersand symbol which can be used to concatenate two strings. Concatenate means what? You will have two words, just the words will be added one after the other one. So this is the first word, this is the second word, both are added and you will get this concatenation. String 1 means one first word, string 2 means second word. It joins both the strings. LEN means length, length of the string. So whatever you are going to give within the double quotes, always remember string means it should be in double quotes. Or if you just give this, select this, and if you click on this and find, I want to go with length, LEN length. So I have already selected. You can select the text you want. What was that? Let's say I want to go for this one. Then it will give you the count of this is 8. So you can just click on this. You will get the count of that one. How many letters are there in that? That is length. Next we have lower string. That means whatever you are typing, the word will be converted into lowercase letters, that is small letters. Upper will give you the letters in uppercase or capital letters. Left, that means the text that you have entered, the number of characters that you want from the left side, like four letters, four characters, or four alphabets you want it. How many characters that you want, you have to mention here with the text. So that many from left will be cropped or that letters will be given to you. Similarly, right. And the last one we have search. Suppose you have some text and from that you want to find some letters from that, like encyclopedia is the letter. Now in that I'm searching for CYC to start with 1. That means E is 1, N is 2, C is 3, Y is 4. So likewise, we are numbering with the starting number as 1. You can give it as 0, you can give it as any number. So it will tell you CYC. The C starts from which point is being represented by a number. So that is what it is returning back. So we have this search to find within a word or a string. If you want to find some text in that, you can just use this uh, function with the arguments of find text, within text, and start number. So this is must because the Excel will understand only if you enter in this particular format, because this is already predefined. Something that you want to give, it will not understand some what is been already like formatted. It's like the way that it understands, that is how you will be doing it. So that is what we have for text. Next we have date and time. Okay, I think that's it. We'll stop here because this is too much. We have to also go with the questions. Maybe you will not able to recall if I go with all these things. So we will stop because we have only 1 minute left. From the text join and date and time, we will continue in the next class. So I'll start with text join in the next class. I'll talk about that. This is already same as ampersand itself. Then we'll go with date and time function, logical functions, statistical functions, and that's it. So, formula errors, this is the last topic we have, and that's it. We'll complete the chapter. I hope in the next video I'll be completing this topic, and also I'll be sharing 10 MCQs question with you for you to understand what topics you have like covered till now, only in today's video, how much did you rate yourself? So, out of 10, you can get your rating, how much you have learned. So, let's see. I'll be preparing simple questions. It also depends, like if you want tough questions, you can comment in the box. I'll be preparing as per your requirement. If any doubts, please make sure you are commenting so that I can uh, reply to you and we can have communication over there. Till then, thank you. Bye bye.